Any idea what a rodent is? Yeah, rats, mice, squirrels, all these guys are rodents. They are categorized as rodents because they have a pair of ever-growing teeth, meaning they have a pair of teeth that is never going to stop growing. And they need to constantly chew on something so that they can file it down. They can actually, they need to file it down constantly, or else it's going to grow into their skull and it might puncture their brain. Right? That is why you might have seen mice or rat come into our house. They'll be chewing on our wires or our bed sheets or our chest because they cannot help it. If they do not chew on something, that teeth is going to overgrow. Right? And so we'll be bringing out our first rodent. So this section is rodents, right? You do not need to be scared. These guys are very friendly. They're not going to do anything, and they're very clean as well. So you can see this tiny guy over here. What is he? He looks like something that we're very used to. Rat or a mouse, right? But there is one key difference. Can you see his tail?
Yeah, it's longer.
The tail is longer, and there's going to be a lot of fur on his tail, right? Mice and rats, they have a naked tail. So this animal over here is called as a Mongolian gerbil, right? So these guys are from obviously Mongolia, and the Mongolia is a desert. So the nights there are going to be really cold. So what would we do in this when it's really cold? We cover ourselves with blankets, right? And just like that, these guys use their tails like a blanket. They'll cover their nose, their eyes, and their ears, and they'll make sure that they do not get they do not get warm. And even in sandstorms, they can use it as a blanket to cover their noses so that sand doesn't. You can place your hands like this, keep it flat, right? So you'll be placing the animal on your hand, he'll be running around, and if he's actually really curious about the place, he'll stand on two legs and see our monitor is surrounding this. So they're just called as guinea pigs because whenever they get happy, they give out a squeaking sound. So that sort of resembles a pig, and these guys are called as guinea pigs because of that. And another unique thing about these guys is they are completely herbivorous. They are one of the very few completely herbivorous rodents, meaning they're just going to eat a lot of vegetation, grass to be exact. And another thing is, if you notice their eyes, from the time he has actually taken them out, they are never going to blink. They're going to very rarely blink, and these guys are capable of sleeping with their eyes open as well. Right? And this is because these guys, as I told you, are grazers. They are found in the plains and they need to be alert all the time. Right? And because of this, they rarely blink and they're going to be always vigilant. And these are social animals, meaning they're going to live together in a huge family group. And have you seen a mouse or a rat's baby? A newborn mouse or newborn baby. It's going to be pink, blind, and without any fur on it. Right? These guys, they actually give birth to well-developed young ones. So the young ones of a guinea pig is going to be around this big, and it's going to be covered with fur, and its eyes are going to be open. So it can actually start walking within a half an hour of being born. Right? Just like how calves of cows start getting the these guys are also getting. So just like the rabbit, we'll be placing this guy on your lap. He's going to be much more calmer than the rabbit. These guys are extremely friendly. Right? You can have a gentle. So it's an African pygmy hedgehog. So the key differences between a porcupine and a hedgehog is going to be that the porcupine is going to be much larger in size. It's going to be in the size of a large cat or a small dog. And the quills, the spikes that you see on the back of the body. The porcupine is going to start halfway from the body, whereas a hedgehog is going to cover his entire body. Right? And these guys are nocturnal animals, meaning they are active only in the night, and they are insectivorous in nature. So though they are kept with the rodents, they are not actually rodents. They actually they do not have that ever-growing teeth. They have cannons and they are insectivorous in nature. So this guy does not like to be handled much, and does not like to be handled by new people. So we cannot let you handle it. You guys can have a gentle touch on his back from the head to the toe. So if he is calm, if he actually trusts you, they're going to defend themselves, right? So when they're actually scared, they'll curl up into a ball. Right? So he's not scared, but when they're scared, they'll actually curl up into a ball and they'll put their heads and their legs into their ball so that only the prickly bits are going to be on the outside. बस So the fish in this tank, they are known as take one step back, man, because if you're too close, they're going to get scared. Right? Okay. So the fish in this tank, they are known as archer fish. So any idea why they are called as an archer fish? Then they would be called as a zebra fish. So what would an archer do? He would take aim and fire arrows at the target. Right? So these guys are going to do something very similar. So you see that they're taking water in their mouth and they're spitting it. Yeah. Right? So you want to see it again?
Oh, God, video like this.
अरे रुक जा नीचे से लो और जूम करके लो चल पानी आ रहा है पानी दे दे पानी
So you can actually look at the accuracy of the muscle. So yeah, they have an accuracy about 95%, meaning for every 100 times they spit, 95 times they're going to hit the target. So the reason these guys do this is because these guys are from a mangrove ecosystem and the water there is going to be really murky. You cannot see well underwater. So hunting underwater is going to be really hard for them. Because of this, they'll come to the surface, they'll spot any insects that are going to be resting on the trees only, and then spit water in. So these guys are still juveniles, the ones that we have. They're capable of growing up to 8 inches in length, and they can actually spit up to 8 to 10 feet in the air. And these guys are extremely good jumpers as well. They can jump up to 5 to 6 feet to catch their prey. So we obviously cannot encourage that sort of a behavior because once we encourage them, they're going to jump out of the tank. So that is why we drop it as soon as they start spitting it.
So otherwise if you don't,
they will jump. Because jumping is way easier for them. So even if I drop an insect over here, keep an insect over here, jumping is going to be easier than taking aim and spitting at the insect. Right? So because of that, we drop it as soon as they spit it twice or thrice. Alright. So you can see this lizard inside, right? So this guy is called as a bearded dragon. Right? So you can check out his chin. It's going to be a dark black in color and there are going to be spikes on it. Right? So whenever there's a threat or whenever he wants to show dominance, what he's going to do is he's going to puff up his chin. And the color is going to turn into a much more darker black, a jet black in color. So because of this, any predator, any would-be predator is going to get intimidated and would leave this guy alone. Right? These guys are from Australia, the deserted regions of Australia, and they are insectivorous in nature, meaning they're going to eat a lot of insects and sometimes a little bit of greens too, a little bit of vegetation actually. And yeah, so these guys are neither poisonous nor venomous. They are completely harmless and they are one of the most common, very common pets, exotic pet lizards that are kept. So whenever there's a guy who feeds them, whenever the guy comes and feeds him, he'll actually gladly sit on his shoulder, have a look around, eat and then go back inside. They're very friendly animals. And yeah, as I told you, they are these all reptiles are cold-blooded animals, meaning they require an external source of temperature, an external source of heat, so that their body can function. What he is doing right now is called as basking. He is going to be sitting under this light till his body warms up, and once it reaches an optimum temperature, he is going to be moving around. We feed them somewhere around 20 to 30 cockroaches daily. Right, cockroaches are going to be his favorite for most people. So Sunshine is around 10 years old right now. So once he's fully grown, he's going to be the size of the tub over there. Right? And they can actually live up to, the average lifespan is around 70 to 80 years. And they are known to live more than 150 years as well. If you take really good care of them, they are known to live up to 150 years as well. So all tortoises are completely herbivorous. As I told you, terrapins, they are omnivorous in nature. Turtles, they are completely carnivorous in nature. Whereas tortoises, they are completely herbivorous in nature. So these guys are found in Africa. And in the African deserts, their favorite food is going to be cactus and aloe vera. That's going to be their major diet.
अरे कुछ नहीं लेकिन खाने खाना वाले अच्छे से खाना एक बार ट्राई करा यार ट्राई कर जल्दी
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ತಿಂತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದು ಯಾರು ಅದರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಬಾ
खा लिया
एक जल्दी इधर
उसको खाना नहीं मिला ना और खाना दो
you can touch him on the back
Gently on the shirt.
Don't get your hands too close.
ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್
You don't have to be scared, sir. You don't have to be scared. Just be very careful about your fingers. Very basic. इसमें थोड़ा hit पर खाना
सही है और ये क्या मैं ही नहीं दे पा रही हूँ उसको ये क्या
We'll move on to it. They are called as emus. They are the second tallest birds in the world after the ostrich. Right? And the ostriches, those guys are found in Africa, whereas emus they are native to Australia. And yes, I told you, they are the second tallest birds in the world. Ostriches, they reach a maximum height of somewhere around 8 feet, whereas these guys average at about 5 to 6 feet. Right? And another difference is going to be their color. An ostrich is going to be black in color with a pink color neck, whereas these guys they have a brownish to a dark greyish color with a light bluish to a grey colored neck. And the major difference is going to be their feet, in which ostriches are going to have 2 toes in each feet, whereas emus they're going to have 3 feet. Okay? So we'll be walking inside with them now. You guys can you can touch them, but please don't touch their neck or their head because they're going to get scared. And if an emu is walking away from you, please let it walk away. Don't chase after it. Right? These are all rescued animals. All of them are rescued. Out, chalo. Out.
Rescued in the different parts of India.
All of them, yes.
Okay.
So most of these guys were abandoned.
Like Prani is only in Bangalore or somewhere?
As of right now, only in Bangalore.
Okay.
ಹುಷಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಕಟ್ಟಾಡ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ
ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ
Can I touch it?
You can touch them.
ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ
You can touch them.
ಪಕ್ಕ ವಾಸನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು
Even if they're scared, they're going to try and run away. They're not going to do anything. Alright?
ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋದು ಅಣ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು
Its face is like that new movie Dinosaur.
Jurassic Park.
It sounds like same.
So this thumping sound that they make, it's almost always made by the female. So you can either hear that tuk sound that they make. It's almost always made by the female. So other than that, it's really hard to distinguish between males and females anymore. Both of them look very alike. पीछे आया तुम्हारे थोड़े वो पीछे एकदम तुम्हारे
ठीक है क्या करेगा
ये तुमको देख रहा है केस की कर रहा है Right.
Okay.
So he sort of just goes and stands in the corner so that he does not nobody comes and touches him. He's going to he's going to run away. Right. He's a bit antisocial right now. He's new here. It's been what, less than a month since.
Okay.
So how many feathers do you think I'm holding right now? Two feathers.
Two, yeah.
So this is a single feather which has two shafts. So it has a single root and double shaft. So all emu feathers are like this, right? This is designed in such a way so that it actually helps. Helps to trap in heat. It provides insulation for the emu. So these guys are from Australia, where the nights are going to be cold, right? So they need some form of insulation. The feathers act like wool, so like the fur and sheep. Can you show me a hand?